Hello everyone. Today I wanted to make a video about my Upwork profile. I'm fairly new on the platform. It's been only 6 months, but I made so far 8,000 US dollar on the platform. And the secret of the success on Upwork, because it's very competitive, it's to have a good profile and good proposals. So let me walk you through my profile. The most important thing, just before we go into the details of the profile, let me switch to that screen. Upwork is also kind of a search engine where client can search for a job and invite you if they find you. So if they search and they find my profile, I can rank higher on specific keywords, which is interesting because one of the way Upwork works is that it costs the freelancer some money to apply to jobs. Um, it's not a lot, but it's a certain amount of money, like 150 or $2 to apply for a specific job. So you need to be careful on what kind of projects that you are applying to. This is what the client will see when they search for the freelancer. I search tabletop game illustrator, so I rank for those keywords. And as you can see, you have many different freelancers that you can have and invite, but you don't have enough information usually to make a good decision. So this is from my profile. I have a client profile. Like if I was hiring freelancers, it's not my freelancing profile, it's my client profile. So what you see, you just see pictures, first name, title, some badges, how much I earn, and some of the skills. And this is AI. So you don't have a lot of information to make a decision, but you can invite the freelancer for a specific job. So let me go back to the profile. One of the thing on Upwork, it's very competitive. You have a lot of competition, both as freelancers and as clients. So the good thing is that there is a lot of clients, there is a lot of jobs, but the bad thing is that you have to compete with all those people to make yourself known towards the client. The good thing is clients are on the platform, they are willing to pay, they are hot leads, so it's easier, and you're not really competing with all the freelancers that are there. First, because it costs something, and second, because you want to have a profile that is very niche, very specific. So when you apply, you look like the best person that they ever seen to to fill their jobs requirements. So the first thing, if you just show yourself as a graphic designer, this is too broad. There is hundreds, if not thousands, of competitors bidding for the same jobs as you are with a broad term. So the most important thing is to go from broad to very specific, very niche, very targeted. And that's what I'm doing with my profile. I'm not a graphic designer. I'm not even just an illustrator. I'm a visual graphic system designer for board games. And I would say in French or English, so in the US or France or Canada, Australia, things like that. One thing is important is the title. So this is my title: board game artist and visual art development for tabletop games and maps. Again, there is keywords in my title and my descriptions. My my description would be filled with relevant keyword like real gameplay, creators, concept prototypes, cohesive tabletop games, support gameplay, full board game, card game, early prototype. um, that make well, understand games more enjoyable to play. So I have a lot of keywords naturally sprinkled into my description. I have even sections that are even more rich in keywords. Like my work typically includes board and card game illustration, card layout systems and component design, visual development and art direction, game boards, icons, and UI for tabletop games. These are all keywords. And I even have a list of keywords at the end of my description. So board game artist, board game illustration, board game layout, board game designer, tabletop game illustration, tabletop game artist, card game illustrator, card deck illustrator. These are all keywords that actual client will use to search for specific jobs. And when they see my profile, they can invite me to a job if they have a game to do, and it doesn't cost me anything when that happens. So that's for the title and description. If I go back to the profile, one of the most important thing is the portfolio. I am in a very visual field, so it's easy for me to have very visual board game related piece in my portfolio. And I put all the most relevant, again, board game, board game, board game. The first, I think, 6 item in my portfolio are board game related. These are all projects that I work on, and I have my personal project that are still board games or interactive books. And then I have maps because it's the same logics for maps, although I don't really do that much maps anymore. And my children's books illustrations are completely at the end because I don't really want that kind of work. But if there is a chance, I will apply anyway. But the thing is, the most important thing is that my board game items are the first items on my portfolio, and I try to always um, make more than one image in each of the project, different views, different angles, the board, the cards, different specific cards. So the client that wants to work with a specialist, I'm not talking to everybody. I'm just talking to independent studios that want to work with a professional. And I want to position myself as the best professional that they can hire for that specific job. So that's why you go from broad to niche, because you will not talk to every client, but you will talk to the right client. And that's how I made, I could uh, reach 8,000 US dollars in 6 months on the platform, because my profile is very niched. If we go to the stats sections, well, you will see the actual numbers. Eight. Let me show you the correct screen. 8,000. This is in 6 months. The proposal, I've sent 124 proposals, 67 were viewed, 19 I got interviewed, and I got 3 hires. This is in the last 90 days. Profile views, you have a certain amount of people that looks at your profile every day. And top rated, that's top rated and job success score are indicators for clients that I'm serious, that I'm a real freelancer, that I've played on the platform and earned some real money. And when I apply to jobs with that profile, I am not competing with the world. I'm competing only with people that have decent portfolio within the board game industry, that are visual thinker. So yes, there is competition on Upwork. Don't get me wrong; it's very competitive. It's not a guarantee that you will have jobs even if you have a good profile. But the more niched that your profile is, the better you are portrayed as an expert in your field. And if you're the expert on your field, well, you will attract clients that are there and willing to pay and willing to work with you. So that's about it for the Upwork profile. If you have any comments, if you have questions, why are you not on Upwork? Are you afraid of being a freelancer? What holding you from creating your own profile and get some work? I don't say it's easy. It's not for everyone, but it's for me, it's my main source of income right now. I would say 90 to 95% of my contracts are coming from Upwork, and I have some contracts that came from LinkedIn, um, Facebook groups, personal contacts, things like that. But the vast majority of my clients right now are coming from Upwork. Yes, it costs something. Yes, you have fees. But if I compare that to when I didn't have Upwork, it's much easier to get leads that are warm, that are willing to work, and they have budget and real expectations. And so yeah, I made 8,000 US dollar on the platform in 6 months. So about 1,300, 400 per month average. So for me, it's working. That's my experience. Your experience might vary. If you want to have someone to review your profile, to have a clean set of eyes looking at what you are doing and why it's not working for you, or if you need any kind of help, feel free to reach out. I can work with you and like tell you, in my opinion, what's need to change in your profile, or how you can improve. And well, that's it for this video. I will see you in the next one, and goodbye. Have a good day.